Okay, so this Shopify store is absolutely crushing it. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what I've done to bring in consistent sales on this brand and how you can duplicate the same exact thing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Hayden Bowles. I built one of the largest e-commerce based YouTube channels. We also talk a little bit about my real estate and personal finance and stuff of that nature. So make sure to subscribe. Also, if you like, comment, and subscribe, you'll get automatically entered into our giveaway. We do every single video. One person gets free course access, another gets a free custom built Shopify store, and we usually give away some cash as well. So make sure to follow me over on Instagram where we announce the winners. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Also, I'm super excited. Today is the first day you can get access into the beta group for our new e-commerce training focusing specifically on TikTok ads. All you got to do is click the top link in the description. The beta group is getting discounted pricing. It will be much more expensive when we launch, and you're going to get all the new content that comes as well. We're just looking for feedback before we fully launch it to the public. By the way, if you're a current course member, all you got to do is DM me over on Instagram and we'll get you discounted access. Again, that's the top link in the description. Back to the video. So I'm super excited for this video because I'm going to give you the exact blueprint in this video that you can use to launch ads as soon as today. So if you've been struggling with your TikTok ads or you want to launch a Shopify store, this video is for you. First, let me walk you through my store, give you some examples and talk about exactly what I'm doing. And then I'm going to walk you through how you can do it as well. So here's a quick screenshot of the previous 30 days. As you can see, it is up a good bit from the 30-day window before that. This brand has been running for almost 5.5 months now. So it's starting to pick up steam. There's been plenty of issues. You can see the returning customer rate is down a good bit, not really doing a ton of stuff. We have no subscriptions there. There's not a lot that would really bring people back. It's not a product you need to keep buying. Conversion rate is solid. Website just got completely redone. As you can see, a huge bump in the conversion there. So this has done almost $72,000 over the last 30 days. As you can see, this secondary gray line right here, this is the previous month. This brand's been running for about 5 months now. So it's up a good bit. The conversion rate has doubled since we redid the entire website, hired somebody who's really good at that. Pay attention though to the average order value. This is a really important number to me because it makes my job as an advertiser so much easier. 1,800 orders on the store. Now let's jump into the ad account. Again, this strategy is outlined in the new course. You can join the test group for that. It is open as of today, the very first day you can get in. That is limited to 50 people. The price will be a lot more expensive once we launch and the bonuses won't be included, but you can definitely check it out because we go through all this stuff inside of there. So take a look at these three primary numbers. Number one, $36,000 in ad spend down here to do $72,000 in sales. So this store throughout the entire lifetime has been right around a pretty consistent 2 ROAS. And now that this website is redone, more recently, like the last 5 to 7 days, it's starting to hit a little bit above that. So we're still waiting on a bunch of new video ads to come in. I'll talk about that here in a moment, but 930 sales. Now here's why that's important. It tracked 930 conversions, but we had 1,800. That is a 50% tracking rate, which makes the advertising a little more difficult, but not too hard. So thankfully it is tracking relatively accurate. It's not all over the place. I basically just have to double the number. So for an example, $39 cost per purchase really means we're more at like $18.50 to $19 per purchase, which is super good. We're healthy. We're in that range we want to be. So I can still run the ads just fine. I just have to like mentally adjust the numbers, but that's what's going on in the ad account. As you can see, spent a decent bit, looking to scale that. Now here's 3 things I'm doing on this store that are making a world of difference. So take notes on these. Number one, I'm bumping the budgets on those ads for optimization. So if you've ever run TikTok ads, things will work really well for a couple days and then they just seem to die off. And so if every 3 to 4 days you can raise your budgets just a little bit, even if you don't necessarily want it to spend more, it actually helps keep the ad optimized. It might not do super well that first day that you bump the budget, but it extends the lifetime of it. It works a little better day 2, usually the best on day 3 and 4, and then you might have to do it again. So little things that I do are I like to stay inside that 10 to 20% range. So if my ad is running at $500, I'm going to raise the budget from $500 to $550, right? A 10% raise. I don't want to go beyond 20. The reason you don't want to go beyond 20%, that usually automatically kicks you out of the active phase if you're there and back into the learning phase, which just means it has to completely re-optimize at that budget, which usually means it'll still work, but it might have more turbulence over the first day or 2 that you do that, and the results might not be as good. So I can force things to work longer by doing this on a platform that's pretty much known for instability. TikTok is all over the place. And again, there's like 10 different things you can do to have stability and make the ads last longer. That's the stuff that we'll cover in the course linked below. Okay. Also, number 2, ad creative cycling. This is huge on TikTok. On Facebook, literally doesn't matter. I'll run the same stupid video for 6 months and it just works and works and works. TikTok, that's not the case. I don't believe it's because the video is dying. It's just because it stops optimizing. So what I do, I have my guys make new versions of the same primary hooks. Let me give you an example. If if the video is me selling this water bottle, well, I'm gonna be like super dehydrated, working out, drinking out of the water bottle. Let's just say that's the hook. Everything else is like cool shots of the water bottle, it going in a cup holder, whatever. Let's say that was the hook. A person drinking it in the gym. There's your hook. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna remake the same exact style, just with different people in different gyms with maybe a different color water bottle. Maybe he's pouring a different liquid out where it's like blue Gatorade or whatever, just different versions of the same hook. So right now, there's only one good hook that's working on this store. One hook drove $72,000 in sales in the last month with a really good margin, probably $15,000 to $20,000 in profit. So now the game is just getting more of those, right? So working to make new hooks, it takes a lot of testing, a lot of different actors and different sets and different things to build. That costs a little bit of money, but man, when you get 2 or 3 main hooks working and you have a bunch of good videos, you can just crush the advertising. And the third one is arguably the most important, so stick with me here. And by the way, if you enjoy these videos, I'd appreciate if you drop a like. That is increasing the value of my customers. I don't mean some crazy gimmick or like needing to set up a crazy email sequence right away. Simple things, okay? This allows for more turbulence to be sustained on the advertising if there's fluctuation in the price. But email marketing is huge, okay? However, I still focus more of my attention on the upsells, because if I'm selling a product for 40 and I can get my average order value to 45 or 48, it makes a huge difference. So there's still work that needs to be done a little bit better on both of these, but I brought on an email marketing team, a friend of mine who's run many of my stores, and I've referred him a lot of clients as well, and they do really well. Paying them $2,000 a month, they're handling all the emails, and as of right now, email is doing about 10% of the revenue. That number should kick back up towards like 15, maybe even 20%. It's looking really good as we're building a list. So that's my store, that's what I'm doing, that's the update on it. I'll keep you guys updated as promised as I continue to scale it. I'm looking to have this hit about $500,000 a month by the end of the year, so it's just a nice and steady growth towards that point. Now, be sure to enroll in the test group that is linked below, but here's what you should do. Here's how you can get started in 4 pretty simple steps. Number 1, you need to find a product that you can sell between $40 and $80. That is the ideal price point. Now, I kind of lied here because this product is being sold for $30. But here's the trick. I got my average order value above 40. This is very difficult to do while still selling the front end product for 30. That means the upsells are working really well. So if you can get a product that you can sell for 40 and then add upsells, you're going to do even better. But that's like the first step, is getting something that you can sell between $40 and $80. That's the sweet spot range for the ad strategy I'm about to walk you through. When you're running TikTok, it just makes your job easier. Number 2, after you find that product, you got to build a store. I always put way more focus on the product page. Number 3, set up a basic upsell. This is really easy. You got a lot of different apps. Candy Rack, there's Bold Upsell, there's Zipify, there's a ton of them depending on what you want to do. Again, you want to boost your average order value, and we're going to talk more about how to set up the upsells here in a moment. I'll give you the strategy, okay? And the last one is what I call cycle number 1. This is the exact strategy I use to determine if a product is a winner or a loser. Simple as that. We talk about both the first and second cycle inside of our course, again, which you can find linked below. That new program is going to break that down really well for you. That's how we find products super fast, and we get to turn off the stuff that's not working pretty quickly. So that's how you test a product that you want to try. Let's move on from there. Number 1, okay, we're going to break down this top one. We're going to go top to bottom on these 4. Number 1, here's some product ideas, things that you could really do well with that I've sold back in the day on Facebook that would crush it on TikTok. Again, 40 to 80 is the sweet spot. Number 1, this electric lighter. I actually saw a store transact through a broker that I'm going to use to sell one of my e-commerce brands later this year. Somebody spent $900,000 to buy a brand that is selling this product. They are only running TikTok ads and they're doing really well. So there you go, pretty cheap cost to fulfill, very cool, high perceived value, great product. Number 2 is any sort of air dehumidifier, any sort of air aroma diffuser, anything like that, essential oils. There's 1,000 different things you could do. The cool thing about products like this, if it's an essential oil, is you can continuously upsell them more oils. So you can get a higher average order value. People usually come back to buy more. Also, air dehumidifiers work really well, especially on TikTok, and that falls in that price range. So those are some product ideas. Number 2, building a store. Your store does not need to be perfect. I wait until I have sales above about $1,000 a day, and then I pay my developer to build a sick store. So as you can see, this one was well above that. We started this probably a week before this month began. So right around that couple $1,000s a day mark, I was seeing that it was working clearly. So hey, let's rip out the store. Let's get it done. Let's move forward. Okay. So that was a huge one. Number 2, custom content is great, but it's not always necessary. Find photos through Google Images or from any supplier. I try to avoid ripping them directly from another e-commerce store. That can cause a DMCA claim, which basically means Shopify will take you down. I'm trying to fly through the store one because I don't care too much about stores, honestly. Number 3, start your pricing slightly on the lower side. This is one thing I like to do. You're optimizing your ad account with a cheaper cost per purchase because you're selling the product for cheaper. Eventually you will raise that price. It's also something you can do to build data. So if you want to sell it for 40, maybe start it at 30 or 35. Helps you test the product a little bit faster. Okay, number 3, a better topic, upsells. Boosting your average order value. Of course, I got all my typos in here. Literally gets an equal equal amount of attention from me as my advertising does. And for most e-commerce people, that is absolutely not the case, but it makes running the ads so much easier. And I think that's how I've been super successful with advertising over the last 6 years. I just focus on that AOV. Okay, number 2 here, it helps you start out with a lower price and you can still have a decent margin on the store. So if you're gonna price your product a little lower, but then you have upsells to help counteract that, it helps you stay afloat in the beginning and not run super negative on the cash flow. Number 3, in-cart upsells has always been my favorite. So back to talk about the upsells like I promised, there's 2 different types you can do. In-cart, so somebody clicks add to cart and boom, a pop-up comes up. Hey, do you wanna add this one as well? Versus what's called a post-purchase. You click add to cart, you enter all your information, you order it. As soon as you've placed your order, that's when usually a one-click upsell that allows you to order another product will pop up. Here's the thing that most people don't know. You can do both. There's absolutely no difference if you wanna run both the add to cart as well as the post-purchase. You can try them both, split test it, pair them together, see what works best for you. At the end of the day, you wanna offer your customers more stuff. Number 4, launching your first test. Here's onto the advertising strategy. I take a handful of ad groups, 3, 5, 8, 10, whatever you wanna do, usually at 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, depending on the price of the product, each with a different targeting focus, different groups of interest, different groups of audiences that I'm trying to target. And I like broad tests. So think a shotgun. You shoot a shotgun versus a handgun, it's wide, it's broad, it has more chance of hitting something. And the reason I do this is because TikTok prefers broad ads. If you're gonna go run something that only has 2 million people in the audience, TikTok's not gonna be a big fan of that. You're gonna get a warning that looks like this, where it suggests, hey, it's a little too small, a little too narrow. And by the way, I ignore warnings like that on Facebook, but not on TikTok because it genuinely affects your performance. Okay, number 2 inside of here, include a minimum of 2 ad creatives under each ad group. So basically you gotta make 2 good, different videos. That's the best way to start a product. So it's easiest to do this if you have your product in your hand, right? Like me going in the gym and filming something with this random water bottle, which I'm not selling. Unless you wanna make me an offer, I'd probably let this go for 30 bucks. But anyways, you're gonna want a couple of videos underneath it. It helps with optimizing and sustainability. You can use what's called a Spark ad, which allows you to use an existing post that is on your TikTok account. I'll show you that and how we're getting huge amounts of views here in a moment. Number 3, let them run for multiple days. I am not a fan of the one-day strategy. Yes, I've tried it. This is where people on every platform will launch an ad. Oh, if it's not profitable in the first day, I'm gonna turn it off. That's so stupid. It's a pixel platform, which means you have to build data, you have to give things time to optimize. And unless you're running like a $500 budget from the get-go with a shotgun strategy, which is just ineffective, I mean, yeah, it might work, but like you're just blowing through capital. It makes no sense to do that. I'd rather let something optimize and launch a wide variety of interests and different targetings. So it just works better for me. Yes, I've tried both extensively. Pretty simple. Here's an example of Spark ads. These are 2 of my e-commerce brands, TikTok pages, obviously with everything blocked out. 1 million views, 500,000, 8 million, 1 million, 1 million. This other one, 35,000 followers. And the reason this one has 35,000 followers is because on this one, I have somebody posting 3 times a day on the TikTok. On this other one, I do not. Okay, 3 million, 3.2, 3.3. All those top ones here are pinned. Same with these top 3 over here. So those are pinned posts, and those are the best performing ones that are running currently as ads on TikTok through Spark ads. So that's a prime example of what works. We definitely focus on TikTok, and Spark ads are huge, but that's like a basic strategy of how you could get the ball rolling right now without a ton of effort. So that's it for today. If you want more information, the test group is linked down below, top link in the description. That's open. It is capped at 50 people, and the price will be much higher as soon as we open to the public, and those bonuses will not be included. So make sure to check that out. That is an awesome program that you can get a ton more information. So basically, if you want to run TikTok ads or you're trying to run a Shopify store, that is going to be for you 100%. We focus just on TikTok ads in there. You can learn more information by watching the super short video that is on the page linked below. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.